Hello, hello. This is Eddie Casillas from the Voodoo Glow Skulls, and you're listening to chaoticradio.com.
The Black Lung, the Black Lung Show, 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 and starting fucking now.
That's right, you're listening to the Black Lung Show on the world-famous chaoticradio.com. It feels good to say that again. We've had some issues as we transition from one studio to the other in the past. My main man, B's, helping me engineer, as always. B, good to see you again. There we go. We got to get you.
Wonderful seeing you too, Ryan.
Thank you. Hopefully this week goes a little bit better than last week. But last week we were interviewing the Glitter Trash, who I'm going to be have a show with this Friday night. And the power went out in the entire station halfway during the interview, I think after the first hour. So we were sitting here talking about music in the dark. It was quite sexy. Anyway, my guest today in studio is a band called Celebrity Stalker. I'm excited to interview them. But first, I just want to let everybody know why I look like shit, I sound like shit. I'm exhausted. After a ridiculously long work week of like 67 hours, I was rehearsing with the band. For everybody listening to, I'm the lead singer of a band called Something Ferocious. And we had a show last night with our friends, the Fok Wolves from San Diego, and Frequency Within, who's been a guest. Their new CD is out on Die Laughing Records. They were here in the studio. Young kids with fucking ridiculous amount of energy. They were really good last night. But let me tell you the story, B. Check this out. This is what fucking happened to me, and I can't even make any of this shit up. After playing in bands for 25 years and seeing bands for even longer, I was not prepared for what fucking happened last night. So let me start at the beginning real quick, and this way it'll be kind of interesting, because this way, you know, from musician to musicians, we can talk about some fun stories about being in a band and playing live. So everybody that's listening to the show, again, I thank you. Everybody that's listening in New York and Texas and wherever you might be listening to. One day we'll figure out how to figure out where you guys are listening from. If you've listened to the show for the last few weeks, I've been talking about, it's kind of like, I feel like it's kind of like my own personal journey through my sobriety. Tomorrow's going to be 100 days. And last night was the very first show that I played. And look, let me make it perfectly clear. If you can be one of those people that can drink and have fun, more power to you. I had a great 27 years, sometimes. But last night was the first night I had to play sober. And I was a little nervous. So in the morning, as we're driving out to Ventura, which is like a 2.5-hour drive for us, I went to a vape shop and got me one of those little douche flutes, because I want to try to quit smoking too. And the thing busts on me in the car. I'm trying to suck on it, and it comes in my mouth. I got the... It was fucking disgusting. So I'm already in a bad fucking mood. We get to this place. It's called Sansucci's in Ventura. And I'm talking about fucking small. Like, you can order a beer and grab it from the fucking stage if you wanted to. I mean, 20 people fills this place up. It's got a nickname called the Sewer because it smells like piss and shit. And that's not a lie. Anyway, we get down to Ventura, and it's myself and my guitar player Mike and our friend Jack, who was in a band with Mike back in the day called the White Demons from Arizona. Now this motherfucker drove from Phoenix all the way out to play drums to fill in for the Fok Wolves, and I'll talk to you guys about this because it was amazing. This son of a bitch had never practiced with the band. They sent him some of the songs, and he was like, okay, I'm going to show up and I'm going to play. That part was amazing. We get down to Ventura, and they're having a tequila and taco festival across the street. And this venue is like directly across the street from the Ventura Theater. So that should put some things in perspective. You guys are from Southern California. We get down there, and everyone's already fucked up. Like really bad, you know. And then we're walking in there like, tequila, taco festival. Yeah, fucker, we're just here to play a show, you know. And I got a little bit weird. I haven't really had a lot of cravings lately to drink, but immediately walking in there, I'm like, this is gonna fucking suck. So we go down and we go have some tacos, and then we come back to the venue. And this was my night. Frequency went on first, and they killed it. They did a good job. We get on stage, and luckily my friends from the other band didn't really think that we had enough backing vocals, so they only brought 2 mics. And I'm starting to sing, and during the first song, the mic cable starts cutting out on me. And so then it fucking just goes completely out. So I'm cupping my hands and screaming to the crowd, and we're 10 fucking minutes goes by as we're trying to fuck with these cables, and it looked like a bunch of monkeys trying to figure out how to put the microphone in. And then this is what happened. I couldn't fucking believe this shit. And I got to call him too. I haven't even talked to him this morning because I didn't get home till 4 in the morning. We're playing only the 4th song into our set. And all of a sudden my drummer stops playing. And I see the drumsticks go flying. And I look back, I'm like, what the fuck's going on, Freddie? And he's got his shirt off and he's sweating profusely. He starts having heart palpitations, gets up, and fucking just leaves right in the middle of the fucking set. I swear to God, I've never seen anybody do that. I thought he was having a heart attack. He goes out, and I'm sitting there looking in front of the crowd. And like I said, this is the whole reason why I'm telling you the story, why I'm sober, because I'm not drunk, so I'm not funny. I don't have any fucking jokes or anything to tell. I don't even know what to do. I'm like, I guess we're gonna take an intermission or something. We all run outside to go fucking check on him. And he finally decides he's gonna come back. He's gonna come back in and try to finish the set. We don't even know what to do. We're just like, do we play the same song again? I mean, do we go on to the next song in the set list? And we tried playing the same song again and made it about halfway through, and he's just clumped over the drums, and everybody.
How many tacos did he have?
What did he have? He had mac and cheese, and that's what he told us.
That'll stop your heart.
Yeah, and it's weird too because he's buff, dude. He never drank in his whole life. He's like way healthier than all the rest of us. Doesn't smoke or anything, and never seen that before. Never seen that before in my life. So we didn't fucking end up finishing the show. But the Focke-Wulfs killed it, and my friend Jack from the White Demons filled in, and I was fucking amazed. I've shared this story a bunch of times. When I first started playing in a band, I was at the Copacetic Cafe in San Bernardino, and my friends were opening for the Dickies, and I was like, fuck, I want to be in a band, but I didn't want to learn how to play an instrument because that took too long. So I just got drunk, and I got a microphone, and that's how I started singing. And over the years, I've been playing with some real musicians. Like, I didn't even know punk rockers could play, to be honest with you. You watch Cheech and Chong and shit, they're like, all you got to do is be punk. We can do that, right? And so that's what I thought, like Ramon style, fucking play 3 chords and... Same. You guys know what I'm talking about. These guys know what's up. And so I was just fucking amazed that Jack could just listen to a couple of tracks and go there and just jump on a set and just play a show and had never jammed with him before. Dude, you're fucking amazing. So that went well. And then, the venue was cool. They paid the bands, and they own a pizza joint next door, so they brought in pizzas for all the bands and stuff like that. And anyway, so that was my night with Something Ferocious and the Focke-Wulfs at the Sewer in Ventura. And so that's why I'm a little bit tired. I got home at 4 in the morning, and now I'm here with you guys again. We're live on YouTube. If you want to type in any questions, the band will be happy to answer. Seems like they've got a lot to say. We're also streaming live on our Facebook page, so go to facebook.com/Black Lung Show, all one word. I'm going to get on there right now and try to see if we can answer some questions. B will help me with that as well. Oh, there we go. I can already see my ugly face. All right. Feels good not to be hungover, though. I'll say that. So that's cool. We've already got 2 people. Right on. Look at that.
That's the big perk of sobriety.
Matt's watching from the Hellflowers. Jillian. Thank you, Jillian, for checking up. What's going on, Matt? How you doing, buddy? We're going to see you guys on Friday. And real quick, before I forget, because I always forget everything with my ADD, we will be playing something for, hopefully, as long as my drummer's still alive. We'll be at the Redwood Bar this Friday night. The Hellflowers have their CD release party. We'll be there with Glitter Trash and our homeboys, Channel 3. So that'll be a killer show. Come out and check it out. And then, again, big thanks to Jillian from Die Laughing Records for hooking this up. This is the 4th year that I've been doing this radio show. I've interviewed some of my heroes, the Weirdos, CJ Ramone, Cheetah Chrome from the Dead Boys, and then a lot of local bands, too, that, we're trying to show some love for. And because, you listen to terrestrial radio and it's, Guns N' Roses and fucking Led Zeppelin on a goddamn loop. It's like a broken iPod. So anyway, I try to find the best bands. And one of the cool things about the show is like there's a tight-knit group. When you're in the music community, you know what I mean? Everyone kind of knows each other. So I really appreciate it when people like Jillian and other bands, refer other bands to me. So that way I don't have to do all the booking myself. So anyway, without further ado, please welcome, and then, I don't know why I say that, like no one's going to clap on the fucking radio. You got an applause thing, B?
People might be clapping.
Yes, B. All right, cool. Celebrity Stalker is live here in studio. Wave to everybody.
That was an amazing sound effect.
Yeah, it was great, right?
Yeah, no, big shout out to the Go 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 girl, Jillian Elizabeth, for hooking this up. Yeah, that was, really appreciate Jillian for this. And we're here just to listen to some tracks and talk some shit.
Cool. So why don't we do this? Why don't we start on my left? Why don't you guys introduce yourselves? Tell everybody who you are and what you play in the band. Oh, Matt's clapping. Thanks, Matt.
Thanks, Matt. Clapping right back at you, buddy.
Why don't you guys introduce yourselves? Tell everybody what you guys play in the band.
Okay, my name's Jason, and I play bass and am lead vocalist.
All right.
My name's Larry. I play lead guitar and backup vocals.
And I'm Charlie, drums and vocals.
Cool.
And the clarinet.
Oh, yeah. I'm a massive skin flautist as well.
Sweet. Anyway.
Because of my
Not that
massive
massive, actually, but more like a piccolo fluty kind of thing.
You would know.
I do.
A piccolo thingy?
Yes.
All right. I got you.
That's his handle on Instagram is piccolo thingy.
Really?
No.
Okay.
It might be tomorrow.
All right. So you guys, where are you guys from exactly?
So
You guys got to get on the microphone, man. I mean, I can hear
So
you.
I'm from Orange County. Grew up in Santa Ana. Currently live in North County, but pretty much Orange County.
I live in North Hollywood these days. I grew up in Orange County, went to high school with Larry. That's basically kind of how we started the whole band thing. But we've known each other for a few years. But I grew up in Orange County and moved to North Hollywood, and that's where I currently reside.
Cool.
And I came into the picture much later, but grew up in Santa Monica, live in Long Beach now.
All right.
So we haven't immigrated too far our whole lives.
Yeah, we're kind of spread out all over Southern California, so which kind of makes for a unique booking type thing.
Two counties isn't spread out all over.
Well, no, I mean just mileage-wise, I mean, because it's interesting because sometimes when it comes to like booking shows, like maybe I'll be booking the LA shows. Larry kind of books more Orange County shows, and Chuck gets us in Long Beach. So we kind of have a three-pronged attack sometimes when it comes to booking shows and pulling people to venues.
Oh, that's cool. That's really good, actually. That at least you guys all three get to do that in the band. How long have you guys actually been a band at? How long has Celebrity Stalker been a band? That's what I should ask you.
Celebrity's been together since roughly about 2004, 2005. We did have some interludes where we didn't really take time off from gigging, but we kind of took some time off over a period, roughly around 2009. Just work relations and whatnot were just not working for us as well as we thought. Paying the bills, just, the band doesn't always pay the bills. So, when you got to grind the day job, sometimes it's not always cooperating. So anyway, we did a lot of playing out at that time, but we really weren't writing a lot of new material. So that's kind of, we're kind of making up for some lost time with this new record that we're working on now. But we've been together roughly about 14 years with this incarnation of the band.
Are you guys all original members? You guys haven't switched anybody out?
Nope, just us.
14 years, and you guys are still the same lineup.
Yeah.
Yes.
But these two have played together. Larry and Jason have played together for
Many moons.
Yeah.
Many,
Over 20
many
when they
moons.
had hair
Over
and it
25
was-
years. Like I said, we met in high school and started playing in high school. We had a few different incarnations of a band called Shredder back in the day, and that's kind of what we started with. We used to play, maybe these clubs like Jezebel's, a lot of Orange County.
Yeah, like playing shows with like Mike Mora, the Spooky, and back in the day.
Right. In any event, that's where we kind of kicked things off was, kind of in the early 90s in a band called Shredder. And from there, we kind of morphed into a band called Jive Pony, which was a little bit more
Punk rock, man.
Yeah, funk rock. It was, I wouldn't say infectious grooves, but along that lines, it was a lot of punk rock infused with a lot of funky.
So a lot of
lyrical
slap
stylings,
bass.
A lot of slap bass, some funky lyrical stylings, a little bit of rap rock going on at the time as well. So we kind of had a little bit of that going on.
But you know what? The bottom line is, man, we just play whatever we like feel at the moment. You know what I mean? Like we don't really try to stick to a genre. If we write songs that sound one way, that's how those songs are getting written. And right now, we're working on a new record with some songs that really are how we feel at the moment. So, everything we've done in the past, that's the past. So we're not really worried about the history as much as like at the moment right now, and like coming in and working on a full record right now and giving people something to listen to that's, new, fresh, and up to date, because we have been playing for a long time and we have a lot of songs. I mean, we've got many, many songs, but right now working on something we feel is, something that matters.
Okay.
Something new.
Good. Well, why don't we do this? Why don't we let the listening audience hear some of your music? And what I wanted to do on the show, that was completely my own idea, was that I wanted to play some of your old music first. That way we can hear the comparison between your old stuff and the new stuff that you guys are working on.
They can tell us where we went
I
wrong.
like this guy.
Yeah.
You guys did suck.
Well, we'll let everybody figure that out for themselves. And you guys, here we go. So Shredder, old school, Ed Corona. Yes, that's your homie.
That's
That's our
hilarious.
homie right there.
Right
What's
on.
up?
That is our homie.
Ed Arachi in the house.
And
Look
that's
at
a
that.
homie from like high school homie. That's from the beginning.
That's
right
old
there.
love.
Did you
right
guys
there.
start? You guys started playing while you were in high school together?
We started writing songs in high school. We didn't have a full band. We'd jam with people, but it was never a full band. Probably right out of high school. I'd say like right as I graduated. That was when that next year we played our first show, and we've been jamming ever since.
Yeah, totally.
First
there
real
was some
show.
of those stupid little, garage band things. That stuff we did with Brad and Lee Ryder.
Oh shit!
Do we even have a name for that band? I forget. We had a band thing, but like when me and Larry started, like we've known each other since we were 16 years old. Okay, he was 15, I was 16. That's how long we've known each other. So we're talking like mid 80s. Oosh, am I dating us? Right now? I totally am. But
Old as fuck.
nobody's watching yet, right? All right, cool. So we get that age thing out of the way here early. So
No,
we'll
he's
just move on
documenting
past
this.
it.
This could be replayed.
Whatever.
All right. Well, B, you've got some of their old music pulled up, right? I'll let you guys be the DJ for right now. Why don't you pick a song and let us know?
Let's hear Sunburn.
All right. Here's a song called Sunburn from Celebrity Stalker. You're listening to the Black Lung Show on Chaotic Radio.
Scars upon my hands reflect my enemies. You cannot replace what it means to be staring back at me, staring at the sun. Isn't that much fun? But it's just the only thing that I like to say. Someday you'll go blind, just a waste of time. Time is just the only thing that I like to waste. Disassociate every part of me who I cannot replace. What it means to be staring at the sun isn't that much fun, but but it's just the only thing that I have to say. Someday you'll go blind, it's just a waste of time. Time is just the only thing that I have to waste. My eyes are so tightly that the light can't see what is inside my head and take over.
All right. That was Celebrity Stalker. You're listening to the Black Lung Show on the world famous chaoticradio.com. I can say that because we are world famous. There's people listening everywhere. And if you guys want to ask any questions to the band, we are streaming live on YouTube. They are saying what's up to Ed Corona. We know that some people are watching on the Facebook Live. I'm trying to multitask. This is freaking me out. Garden Rain says skate tough or go home.
Oh, shit.
And Matt is from again listening from the Hellflowers. He just said rad. So
Matt, thanks.
Nice.
Appreciate it.
Get a nice slow clap from him.
yeah, well, he was clapping while he was listening. So
Nice.
you guys got that going for you. You know what's cool about this show is that I like to keep it organic and not fake. You know what I mean, and not just ask you guys like, hey, what's your influence? Like the typical interview questions and stuff like that. So that's the first time I've listened to it, and I like it that way. I can ask you real questions as I listen to it. That wasn't you don't have a real definitive style at all. You know what I mean? It was like, at first I was listening, I'm like, okay, we got a little bit of hardcore, and then it turns into a little bit of skate punk, and you guys are right. I mean, that's
So that's kind of been the bane of the existence of this band, is trying to figure out who the fuck will book us, because we don't fit to punk shows, we don't fit to metal shows. Last night we played with a bunch of hardcore bands, and I'm sure they were all shaking their heads or scratching their heads. So it's always been a challenge, and promoters are like, yeah, you guys are awesome. I don't know where I'm going to put you though.
Yeah, no, when you play, like when we play on a metal show, they're like, you guys are really punk. And when we play on a punk show, you guys are really metal. The bottom line is, it's exactly what you said. We don't have a definitive sound. It was what I said a few minutes ago. Like, we write what we feel.
that's cool.
And that's who we are. You know, we're not trying to fit a mold. And yeah, that may be trouble for booking, but we feel our songs are pretty original.
I'm glad you guys don't, because especially like in the '90s when punk blew up, it seems like there was like a blueprint and like a formula. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Like, yeah, like all the band. And I don't try to put anybody on blast in the show, because if you play in a band, God bless you, man, because this is a fucking ridiculously hard thing to try to do. You know what I mean? You gotta, and like even you guys are like perfect examples. Once you get a little bit older, you gotta fucking work your day job. You got families. You gotta try to rehearse, buy equipment. Hopefully none of you have heart attacks.
Palpitations.
Stay away from the mac and cheese.
Yeah, be careful with that shit. It's artificial.
For real.
Yeah, and then and you got to drive out. Like you got to drive far to shows. Hopefully people dig it. And then the cool thing that I like about you guys already so far is that you got to play what you like. And I can already tell that you guys do that. You're not trying to be in a certain category, because I hate that. I got the same experience you guys do. The band that I play in is kind of everyone always asks me like, what kind of music do you play? It's like, I don't know. I think they call it action rock now. It's the last thing I heard. More
Action
like,
rock. That
sounds
like fun.
it's not bad.
Like G.I. Joe.
Right.
Yeah, well, sort of. No, like the Helicopters, Lucifer, a lot of just more. It's a lot more rock and roll, but we get clumped in with like punk bands. So sometimes when we play, we played a show with all the kids with the mohawks and the spikes on their leather jackets and stuff, and then we go on. And it's like you've seen when like a pit bull is looking at you and just tilting their head, like all the kids are like, what the fuck are these guys doing? So I feel you on that one.
Yeah.
So tell me about the show that you guys played last night.
We were at the Riff House last night playing with Weaponized and Pterodactyl. It was a pretty good show. The bands they were pretty tight, and they're more thrash and they were more hardcore than we were as far as the songwriting, and it goes back to the whole thing about like how we sound versus who we play with. But most of the bands came up to us afterwards and were like, the sound's original. It is. It like you can't fit it, and that's the beauty of it. You can't pigeonhole us. But like the show last night when we were playing with them, they all had a definite and they didn't. They all sounded unique too. They were, don't get me wrong, they all sounded unique, but they were definitely it was more of a hardcore show, and it was awesome. It was a good show, and I recommend going and checking out bands like Weaponized and Pterodactyl and Sumerium and God, who else did we play with last night? Fallacy. But yeah, they were all real good. But we definitely were a little different, definitely a little, and that's the whole point, though. You have to be original or don't do it at all.
Plus, I don't think anybody in the room was over 25 years old.
Oh wow.
It's definitely a younger crowd. I'm guessing most of those bands play at that studio on a regular basis. Was my guess, but yeah. So and then there's us.
The how many people were there?
I don't know.
Was it a decent sized crowd?
I'm guessing 80.
It was a good turnout.
Ish.
Wow.
It was a good turnout.
That's not bad.
It was Fat Man Productions and Chris out of a band No Manic. He's starting up promoting shows, and this is like his start, and he's starting out of the Riff House. He's probably going to expand out of that, but yeah, it was cool to be a part of that because it's local bands, it's a new promoter, that whole grassroots thing,
Yeah.
and it takes a village, or however you want to say it, whatever cliche you want to interject right there.
That's cool too. That it's all ages because obviously you guys have been playing for a while, and as well as I do that all ages shows are far and few between. There's not many venues like it used to be. Like go back to the 90s. A lot of venues just shut down. How were the kids responsive to you? I don't know, because that's the other thing too. I went to a show the same time, and like most of the kids were like in their 20s and younger than my kids, and I don't know, with this generation that's just, always fucking stuck on their phone. Were they actually watching you guys? Were they?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the responses, that's the thing. We probably could work harder to promote our own buzz, but when you do see us live, the response is good. We're very energetic. We don't stand around. If we're there to play, we're there to we're there. The energy's there. We're not statues, man. If you can't be on the pit and you're in the stage, show the fucking crowd the energy. And that's one thing about us is that we're very energetic on stage.
Was that you guys had so much energy that this dude over here broke his leg?
Yeah,
that's about it. That's why I was
motherfucker-
laughing, because he's like, yeah, we just don't just stand around. I'm like,
Oh, this
no.
motherfucker doesn't stand around.
It's kind of funny, and Larry's right. That is something that we try to, we enjoy playing. So if you enjoy playing, it comes out. I like going to concerts and getting in the pit, and always have. And like when we play, I'm still kind of a fan of music, period. So whether I'm on stage playing, I'm still, I'm not trying to be narcissistic about like our own music or our own band, but I do enjoy. Once the music or the beat hits, man, I want to rock out. So if I'm on stage, it's going to come out just as well as if I was watching, one of my favorite bands and I was in the pit. Say, I gotta, get my move on.
Yeah.
So that's something that comes through no matter what. But it's kind of funny. Larry brought up these bands we played with last night. Good bands, and all had their own kind of unique style. And it is kind of. They were definitely more on the metal side of what's going on these days, and a lot of really hard grinding riffs. But Charlie pointed out that the band before us, they were statues. They didn't move like once the entire time.
We got a caller on the line right now. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No.
B didn't even wait. He just said, "Fuck it, we're putting him on."
We got a caller.
All right, call. You're live on the Black
Long-time
Lung
listener,
Show.
first time caller.
Yeah, how you guys doing, man? This is Dan. I just wanted to find out, I had a question whether, I was at the House of Blues a while back, and I think you guys were playing, and you guys were awesome. Were you not at the House of Blues?
That
Probably
was
a month ago.
That was us. At the
That was
end
us.
Of,
the
end of
Parish Room.
May.
You had a
Yeah,
good
you guys
time?
are good. Yeah, and I'm an old school guy, old C, and I liked your music, man. The place was really hopping back then too. Was that you guys?
That
Yeah,
was
that was
totally
us. That was us.
Oh yeah, you.
You were the one in the
Yeah,
walker?
you guys got some game, and I like you. Next time you guys gonna be around.
I know we're going to be around. We got some shows coming up, so we'll be announcing that on our Instagram page. And
Okay.
you know, we're working on a new album, and that's the whole point right now. And after that album comes out, we'll definitely be working our ass off to push it.
Okay. Hey, well, great, man. I'm glad you guys are still going strong. Have a good one.
Well, thanks for supporting
Hey,
us.
wait, real quick, where are you calling from? I'm curious.
Where am I calling from?
Yeah,
Fullerton.
Fullerton. Oh, all right. So you were at the
Okay.
House of Blues shows. You weren't at their show last night.
Yeah, no, this was about a month or so ago.
Yeah.
Which House of Blues was it? San Diego or Anaheim?
No, the one by
Anaheim.
Disneyland.
Yeah, we played there at the Parish
In the
Room.
Parish Room, yep.
Well, cool, man. Well, thanks for calling in and talking to the band. Appreciate it.
All right, take care.
All right.
Later.
Thank you.
Later. Thanks for that.
Random.
Was Darren, right?
Yeah.
I think his name was Darren.
What was it, B?
I think it was Dan.
I think it was Dan.
Dan or
I think it
Darren,
was Dan.
Yeah.
Thanks for calling, Dan. We
That was
appreciate
cool.
that.
Man, we
And thanks for coming to
appreciate
House
that.
of Blues.
We
And yeah,
appreciate that.
anybody out there who really does want any information, obviously, on our upcoming shows, just follow us on Facebook or Instagram. Celebrity Stalker, the band. I believe it's our handle on Instagram, correct?
Celebrity Stalker, the band.
Celebrity
Yes.
Stalker, the band.
So,
All right.
yeah.
So we're going to be
Separate us
waiting.
from
We've
all
got
this
a special caller that's going to be calling in that we know about so far. So
Yes.
before he calls in real quick, let's play another track by Celebrity Stalker. This is going to be some of their older stuff, right?
No, let's play a new one.
You don't want
play
to
it.
wait till Dave calls in first?
Yeah, let's wait till
All right,
Dave
that's
calls, then
fine.
we'll play one
All
of the
right.
new ones with him, and then we can
All right.
finish off with maybe another
So
new one later.
play a 3-letter word.
3-letter word. Here's 3-letter word by a 3-piece band called Celebrity Stalker. See how I did that? That was nice.
Yeah.
All right, you're listening to Black Lung Show on chaoticradio.com.
had to give, and then you swallowed my pride. Without knowing anything, fight the poison from my skin. Lift your eyes up to the sky as I lay down and watch you die. I watch you as your lips begin to turn blue. And then I become one with you.
All right, we're back live on the Black Lung Show. You're listening to chaoticradio.com. My guests in studio are Celebrity Stalker. What was that one called?
3-letter word.
3-letter word. All right. So here's, I'm personally listening to the first time is probably some of you guys too. And let's see who else is listening. Greg, what's going on from Sticky Dolls listening down in the desert in Yucca Valley.
Yucca.
Yeah.
Nice.
So you guys, yeah, that's hard to fucking describe. I guess the one, and look, let me preface this by saying you don't sound like them, but it kind of reminds me of a little bit of like System of a Down, because it transitions from one style to another. You know what I mean? When I can see why you guys were called Shredder too in a minute ago. You know what I mean? It sounded like some 80s thrash right there. That's some suicidal flavor.
That's our favorite band right there, them and Slayer.
No, you should come out and hang out with us. Me and the whole band are going to go see them. They're going to be up in Victorville on Saturday, August 3rd. It's going to be Suicidal. I was trying to get on the show. Suicidal Tendencies are playing with a couple local bands, and it's going to be like some MMA fighting afterwards.
Nice. Are you going to be out at the Garden Amp show for Suicidal?
No, I didn't even hear that.
Playing in Garden Grove.
Garden
I haven't
Grove.
actually been to that place. Have you guys been there? I know they're putting together some
Long
good shows.
time ago, like at a strawberry festival maybe, but I haven't been since they've been doing a lot of shows. So Suicidal in August is going to be my first show, like my first in the crowd, attending a show there.
Garden Grove.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of flyers for that place. I haven't had a chance to get down there.
It's a good little venue.
Yeah.
Back in the day, I forget what show it was, but I think it was like Head PE. I forget, somebody played there like before they really started doing shows there. It was like an anomaly. It was like, why are you having these kind of bands play here? It was a trip to like see that kind of a lineup.
I used to
there.
have Shakespeare in the Park all the time. That's what I remember
they still
growing
do.
up at Garden
every
Grove.
summer. That's Shakespeare in the Park. That's what it is. It's a Shakespeare. That's what it's known for. They're actually a very large Shakespearean company there, and they're actually kind of renowned. Know a little bit about that Shakespeare company. I used to actually live on that street in any event, right there in Main Street, Garden Grove. But yeah, Suicidal playing there should be awesome.
Right on.
It's like 5 days after the one you're talking about in Victorville.
Mm-hmm.
But no, actually, now I might have a reason to go out to Victorville.
That's probably the only reason. It's fucking hotter than death.
Suicidal and to hang out with you guys? Hell yeah.
It's gonna be cool. And in fact, the cool thing was that I got tickets from the promoter, and I told him I'd have him come in here in the studio and help promote, because he also gave me some tickets to King of the Cage and stuff like that. So it's always cool to connect and find out. But anyway, I just realized something that I haven't asked you guys that I probably should have in the very beginning. I'm always intrigued by band names and how you guys came up with the band names. So who's the celebrity that you guys are stalking currently, and who was the one that you were stalking when you guys first came up with the name? And where did it come from anyway?
That's a funny twist.
All right, man. So
we
we
He's already
told
shaking
you.
his head.
So we told you a little while ago. So we told you a little while ago we used to be more of a punk band, and we had like a punk funk feel. So we were done with that, and we started writing different songs, and we were like, you know what, we need to Like it's a different band. It's just a different band. So we came up with a list of names, and the final two contenders were Sour Milk and Celebrity Stalker.
I don't remember
And-
Sour Milk.
And Celebrity Stalker was was king of the list, and we went with that, and it took on a life of its own once we picked the name.
But the other twist on that, it's not as much as stalking a celebrity as much as it is becoming a celebrity that's a stalker,
Ah.
i.e. the Ramirez or
Manson, Dahmer, Bundy, the Mafia. It's about how we glamorize. We don't care about any celebrities. We ain't here to stalk a celebrity. Fuck celebrities.
I don't like the way you're looking at me as you're saying all those
Yeah,
names.
well, you're very popular. Ryan, come on, man. You're a very well-known celebrity around here.
Well, thank you.
But anyways, no, it's more about how we
He's the most
how we
famous guy in
turn.
this room.
It's more about how we turn stalkers into celebrities.
That's a good point.
We glamorize crime, true crime. We love true crime in this country.
That's true. And we glamorize a lot of stupid people in this country nowadays. You know what I mean? You used to actually have to work.
Kardashians?
Yeah, see? You already know where I was going with that. I can't. That shit, like even that show TMZ just makes my fucking skin crawl every time I watch it. It's like, there's a lot of people trying to be famous and working hard, and I don't know. I don't want to start talking shit about that, but
Oh, we should.
no, go ahead, feel free.
No.
No,
I mean, one of the,
you're going down the
That's
right
most
path
of our new
because
album.
this is-
You're
this
on the new
is-
path.
Yeah, it's mostly that's kind of what we're trying to represent in this new record, and that's sitting down and causatively writing 8-10 songs about or 20 songs, whatever it is, in a specific direction, and that's kind of what we did with this record, and what we're currently writing is about this kind of stuff, this national narcissism, this glamorization of like me. No shit. 15 minutes of fame. Everybody's got their 15 minutes of fame, and it's fucking on Instagram and Facebook, and
you can be famous without talent now.
Yeah.
Famous without talent. Think about that.
Oh, I do all the time.
Self-promotion.
Piss me off.
Self-promotion is like the new talent. Talent doesn't mean shit anymore. How good are you at self-promotion? And that's who wins. And that's a sad state.
That's an interesting point. So let me ask you this about on that same subject. How
Who
good?
promotes us?
Yeah. How good are you guys?
Nobody, we suck.
I personally don't even like. I this is just my own personal pet peeve. I hate Twitter because it says how many. Who are you following? I don't even like that word. I don't want to follow anybody. Fucking asshole.
Exactly.
I don't even know what I don't know. Somebody. I think my guitar player does our Twitter thing for us. But I mean, are you guys good with that social media shit? Because I do it because I have to. I'll post up the picture like for you guys for Facebook and stuff. But I'm not into selfies.
Don't
I'm
feel
not into-
obliged, please.
What's that?
Don't feel obliged.
Well, we got to get some people to come in here and listen to the show.
No, you
know
do.
what I mean?
And it's unfortunate that it's a double-edged sword, because as an artist you want to be like you want to have some integrity and some like in what you're saying, and if that is truly kind of how we feel, it's like this is a narcissistic. It's just bullshit. It's basically masturbation. Everybody's just liking each other, and nobody really gives a shit. I mean, there's guys out there that their job is to figure out how many out of the millions of likes that you got, how many people actually like you. There's stats out there. It's like 1.2% or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
That it's like it's all just masturbation, and everybody's just jerking each other off. Like, I like your picture, I like your band, like my band back. And yes, it sucks, and it is. It's unfortunately the truth of what you have to do these days. You have to go out there and you have to represent yourself these ways. So I think the best way we can do that is by causatively engaging. Not just trying to get the 10,000 fans or likes or whatever, just bullshit through masturbation. It's like, no, I want to get people who actually are engaged with us.
I think you're following people on the wrong side.
He keeps saying fucking positively and masturbation. I think this guy's about to go masturbate.
Well, we're talking about Grindr, right? We're not talking about Instagram.
No, but the bottom line is that it sucks. But if you don't do the social media, you're not going anywhere right now. Like, I mean, you literally could promote your own record on your YouTube channel, not be signed, and still get 1 million likes and actually do something with your career. So it's like something you have to deal with. We're not the best at it.
Exactly.
It's not something that we love.
Yeah.
But it's something that if we don't start taking it serious in 2019, you ain't gonna do shit. So you could be true to your art and fucking sit in your room and masturbate, or you could fucking actually take social media serious and fucking do something and get it out there. It sucks. It's fucking cheesy. It's so pretentious. It's so fucking blatant and fake. But, you know, along the lines, you get that 1,000, 100,000, and yeah, 1.2%, whatever. But you got to find that crowd somewhere. And either you're going to stand at the pier and pass out flyers, or you're going to take social media serious. Those are your two options.
Well, at the end of the day, the promoters want to see the 10,000, 20 million thousand fans that, you know, supposedly like your stuff, all right? That's what they want to see. So whether you get them, you buy your likes from India, or you actually go out and work and get them. Our goal.
By the way, we are huge in India.
We are totally huge in India. We're blowing up over there. It's ridiculous. They've already did a few parodies of our songs already. I'm joking, of course.
What's funny is there's people listening right now going, yeah, they suck at promoting. and the more he talks about it, yeah, we know why.
No, totally. Well, like I said, my whole point was that I think our goal with it is to have positive engagement and not just, you know, try to do the fluff. You know, we try to talk to people and hopefully we get some feedback. I mean, that's the problem kind of with the social media is people really just like and they don't engage. It'd be great instead of just liking us, they would go, hey, how long have you been together? Hey, ask a question, you know, engage with somebody, create a conversation. If this is the new platform for people to talk and engage, then I wish there would be more engagement on all platforms because I really feel with Instagram, people just like your crap and they throw up one of these or thumbs up. And, and of course, we appreciate all that. Don't get me wrong. Please throw me a thumbs up anytime. But to get a question or like, hey, when are you guys playing next, and actually use it causatively instead of just as a social point of, you know, existence to, you know, make yourself feel better because you got likes and, you know, whatever. It's a very...
Can you tell him the band doesn't like social media? I mean, this guy fucking won't shut up about like how lame it is, and he's not wrong. But I will say this to what he's like talking about. Somebody, there's like all these like groups you can join, right? And they'll like promote your music or whatnot, right? And somebody, like, literally exactly what Jason's saying, somebody chimed in and goes, oh, it's like Follow Friday. Well, what the fuck does that even matter? Like, we're all going to follow each other and have 10,000 likes, but there's only, like, 2 people that actually care. So it's like you can inflate, like, exactly what he's saying. Like, you can inflate this fakeness, and that's what people want to see. How many do you have? Oh, I see 1,000, 100,000. But really, how many is it actually that actually give a shit? Go actually follow your link, listen to your stuff. And it's, you know, it's one of those things that in the new promotion of music is like, you don't even know, like, am I getting anywhere with it? I have 100,000 likes, but you know what's weird is I have like only 100 listens on my actual Bandcamp page.
And I still only have 5 friends.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, and I still only have 5 friends. You know what I mean? It's like, I've got 100,000 people on my page. I'm rocking. But then you go look at my, like, listens and my, like, follows, and you're like, oh, yeah, it's only 100 people. So it's weird what we, like, take as important at this point, when really it's actually probably standing at the pier passing out flyers would actually be better and actually affect more people.
Yeah, those guys hustling on Sunset Boulevard, handing out their CDs, going, $5, dude. They're actually getting more product to the people than I am getting Facebook engagement. You know, people might like my picture and go, wow, that's a cute picture of you at the House of Blues. How amazing. You played the House of Blues. I like it. Yeah, but you're going to buy my CD, but no, that guy pressing you on Sunset Boulevard going, yo, bro.
They give those away for free.
Some of them do. No, some of them will give it to you for free, and then they're like, hey, just give me what you got. Not like all of it, but they ain't trying to rob you. I wasn't suggesting that at all.
That's a nice watch.
Give me what you can.
Some of those guys might do that, too.
Give you what you can. But, you know, so anyway, you know, you got to hustle no matter what it is. Right. Back in the 90s, like, you know, it was mailing lists and handing out flyers. Now it's Instagram.
And he hated that, too.
I hated that, too.
You hated that, too?
Oh, yeah.
But you know what? A good segue right here is one of the things we're singing about and one of the things we talk about with the whole celebrity stalker thing is addiction to social media. Mm-hmm. We're talking about the people that wake up in the morning and actually have a bad day if they don't see enough likes to their post. Like that actual, like, self... Like, I feel like an actual person because how many people liked my post.
I mean, that's not everybody?
And well, you know what? The sad part is it's turning into everybody. Every day you know what I mean? Even within your own family. Like, you could post the family pictures, right, from the barbecue, and they're like, hey, 2 of my aunts didn't like it. What's wrong? I wonder if they're mad at me right now. You know, it's like everyone notices the likes.
Well, it's also it's just it's the new generation. It's not that it just everybody's turning into it. It's the more we grow into this, kids that were born in the 2000s, that's all they know. They
Right.
don't even know if they were starting a band. Let's say there's a 19-year-old kid out there starting a band. He wouldn't even know what handing a flyer out meant. What do you mean hand out a flyer? What do you mean go somewhere and promote? No, you
But
just,
he
you
knows
just
how to
do it on your
stream shit
phone.
on
You just do it on
YouTube.
the. No, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So that's why it's obviously it's not going to stop, and it's just going to continue to grow, and that is going to become the norm. So you got to conform, and you got to play the ball game, or you got to figure out a new game.
Yeah, what do you think they might? They probably have to do that like on a documentary nowadays, because I mean,
Right.
it's a lost art form. Remember,
Certainly.
the cut and paste, making the flyers, going to Staples, getting the flyers, and then
Right,
you'd have to
right.
you look around, you'd be like, okay, I got to go to the record stores, I got to throw them out there. You go to a show and stand in the parking lot when it
Stand in
show's
the
over.
parking lot.
Yeah, here you go, come to our show. You know what I mean? That's a lost art form, and that was a lot more genuine. I mean, you guys ever like put together like one of those Facebook events, and then you invite people, and it's like 130 people are coming, and you're like, fuck yeah, this is gonna be rad. And then you get to the show, and it's like you're the same three homies,
Yep.
and you're like,
Yep.
God damn it, man! I thought this show's gonna
time.
be packed.
No, exactly.
But I will say this, like whether you like social media or not, it is people like Die Laughing Records and Go 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 Girl Jillian and you and Chaotic Radio and Cat Monroe, and yeah, I mean we're all just throwing it out there, hoping something sticks. But you know what? Again, like we said a minute ago, like it or not, if you don't do it, you ain't getting anywhere in 2019.
Right.
So it's like we appreciate this, you know what I mean? Being on this show, having people forward our posts, that genuinely are trying to get it out there to the public, and it's a game you got to play whether you like it or not, and it's a game that an older band like us, we're trying to figure it out. We know younger bands that actually have it cornered, they know how to do it, and they're getting tons of followers and tons of likes. So we're picking up on that a little bit more, but at the end of the day, we want to be about the music, but how are we going to get people to hear it if we don't engage?
Well, you're at the right place. This is why I do the show. Like I said, I'm not a DJ. I never have been. I'm just a guy in a rock and roll band that's sharing the love with other musicians because of the same exact thing. I go through it just like you guys do, and I miss the old days. I'm trying not to be stuck in the past like the old guy. Like, damn, it was way cooler back then. So I'm embracing this shit. I mean, and we've got YouTube. If it wasn't for B, I wouldn't even know how to work these goddamn things. I still have to have, you know what I mean? I got to have my teenagers fucking help me like set up the PlayStation. Like, how do you even plug this fucking thing in, let alone the fucking Instagram? Like, how do you even shrink the pictures to get it on that goddamn thing?
Right.
I get frustrated. I just throw the phone after a few minutes. I'm like, somebody else in the band do this. I'm fucking sick of it.
No, totally.
Let's play one more song, and then we're gonna get into some of the new stuff and some more questions with you. You can pick one more of the older stuff.
Let's go. Let's do Realize.
All right, here's a song called Realize, Celebrity Stalker.
Try to live when already dead. This complex inside my head. Feel the darkness all around. Try to scream, there is no sound. I can't no more. I see the pain and I lock the door. Take me down as I suffocate. Do not love, but I'll always hate. I did not fall. I jumped. I don't know why. Who did think I had to die? Did not fall. I jumped. I don't know why. Maybe had to do when I was a little kid. My dad would always feed me and tell me I was stupid. He punched me in the face and socked me in the eye. Until one day when I woke up and realized. To realize. 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 When already dead. This complex inside my head. Feel the darkness all around. I try to scream, there is no sound. I can't no more. I see the pain and I lock the door. Take me down as I suffocate. I do not love, but I'll always hate. I did not fall. I jumped. I don't know why. Who do you think I had to die? I did not fall. I jumped. I don't know why. Looking in the mirror and I hate what I I see, I throw my face into it. I get my blood all over me. I'm forced to lie down. Feel so weak. Blood shows me the happiness that I seek. That I seek. That I seek. That I seek. Living insane, blood on the floor, no way out. Taught myself what that was all about.
All right. That was another track from Celebrity Stalker. You're listening to the Black Lung Show. Hey, Don White's checking out. Don White, one of the cool motherfuckers that I know. Yeah, so again, very interesting. I guess I don't know how to fucking say it. You guys are. How about just cool? It's a good, cool, different style.
Can that be its own genre now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We get to the Celebrity Stalker style. That's it. Where it means no style.
We're trying to create our own
We're
style.
like Bruce Lee. No, we're getting to the point where we have no style.
We're just
It's the art of no style, exactly.
But one of the things I
It's
do
the
like-
art of fighting without fighting. So it's the art of playing without playing.
Playing without playing.
Playing without playing. That's what we do now.
one of the you said earlier that you guys are like cognizant about actually writing an album that's got like a certain message, or I mean, how am I trying to think? I'm not fucking trying to say like you guys are gonna write fucking Mr. Roboto by Styx or nothing, but you're
And it's not a rock opera, but there's a theme to it.
yeah. It's that. Thank you, a theme. Oh, there we go.
Hey, whoa. Come in. Oh, sorry.
Be
It's different.
almost.
Ring.
Now it's gonna go to voicemail.
All right. Now we got it. All right, caller, you're live
Please.
on the Black Lung Show with Celebrity Stalker.
You're live.
Hey, this is Dave Klein.
Hey, how you doing, Dave?
Hey.
Good. How you guys doing?
Awesome. How was everything at the recording studio? And thanks for calling in. I've been wanting to get you on the show. You got to come down here one of these days.
Yeah, it's the old stomping grounds from
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Cat
yeah.
Show. Yeah, definitely one of these days. Everything's doing good. We're actually my band, the Bombours, we're recording this weekend, so we're in the midst of tracking amongst other stuff. So it's going good.
It's been a long time since you guys played, right? I mean, weren't you guys?
Yeah, it was 20 years.
Right. Wasn't you guys in the Ghastly ones with on Rob Zombie's label? Wasn't that it?
Yeah, both bands were. So, and coincidentally, I was in both bands too.
Oh,
So,
were you?
Yeah, I was the organ player in the Ghastly ones.
Oh,
In this
true.
band, I'm the drummer. So yeah, we had a hiatus for like 20 years, and then there was just interest in us playing again. So we've been doing these out of town shows. Like we went to the last show we did. We played in Spain at a festival, and then we did 2 festivals in Mexico this year. And then actually, if you don't mind, if I plug a show we have coming up, we're playing August 17th at the Casbah.
Oh, okay,
So-
cool. For everybody listening,
So it's
that's
probably
in San Diego.
Yeah, it's probably the first time we played in San Diego in 25 years.
Wow.
So if that
Wow.
doesn't tell you it's our age.
So you're more than 25.
Yeah, I was 1 year. Like I'm 26 now, so I'm 1 year old.
You were like,
So-
oh, you were a prodigy, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
We start them
So,
young.
how things at Chaotic?
Oh well, it's we're
Living
back,
up
we're
to
back
its
up.
name.
A little bit. The power's still on this week. The last week, glitter trash rocked so hard that they blew the fucking power out here. But no, it's cool, man. It's cool. You know, it'd be cool to have you come down in the studio and talk. And I've been seeing a lot of the friends bands recording over at your studio, and these guys are really excited about debuting some of their music that they've been recording with you.
Yeah, it's been fun working with the dudes too. So it's cool. We did 2 songs for starters, but now we have a plan where to do the rest of the songs, coming up here. So it's all good. It's fun. But yeah, I've been having a blast with all the bands, so it's been good.
You've been doing a lot of bands lately, and you've been working with the Hellflowers, right? From Die Laughing Records.
Yeah, and actually, well, I guess coincidentally, but then I'm not trying to be Mr. Plug Man, but they have their LA release show is on, I think it's next Friday. It's the 27th.
Yeah,
Is that next Friday?
This Friday night at the
the Redwood.
Yeah, are you gonna come out?
Yeah, I'm definitely coming out to that too. It's kind of tough for me to get out, but that one for sure. Hey, say hi, Von Boris. There you go. Yeah, I can't find the flyer for that show, but I think it's next weekend at the Redwood.
Yeah, you should come out.
Sorry, I'm kind of useless. Yeah, and I think Channel 3's on that show too.
And
So
my
it should be good.
and my band and Glitter Trash. We're opening up the show.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I'm sorry.
That's
I didn't
all
know
right.
you were on that too.
It's all right.
All right. Cool. Oh, that's rad. Cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Cool to
You guys
hang
are-
out.
You guys are first.
Yeah, we're playing first. We're opening up the night, as long as our drummer's not dead.
Oh. What time you guys playing at?
Don't know, but just show up when you want. There we go. That's
Oh.
At least
no,
you're
I'm
gonna- at least you're gonna come.
I'll make it a point to come down in time for everybody too. So.
sweet. Yeah, and we're actually looking to record some new stuff too, and I was going to hit you up about that too. And so, hey, why don't we do this? Why don't besides the Bumboras and you're still doing the Agent Orange thing, right?
Right now, so you know what happened on that? As the studio's become so busy, it kind of became hard for me to do both. So there's actually a different drummer now. So I don't know if it's permanent or not, but right now I'm just doing the studios thing right now and doing like the occasional Bumbora shows. It just so I don't want to cause any like my schedule being a hassle with other people too. So I did it for like 10 years and it was great, but I got it. This is my child I've been doing for like the last almost 20 years. So that's life.
Well, congratulations on that. I've been interviewing bands here on the Black Lung Show for 4 years, and a lot of people have recorded with you, and all they do is they speak highly of your studio and your recording ability.
It's all lies. It's smoke and mirrors. No, I'm just kidding. No, that's awesome. Thank you so much. That's rad.
He basically just hypnotizes everybody on their way out the door, and that's how he
it
works
like,
his magic.
You know that thing like when you see like the flashing lights where the strobe lights and it turns you like causes seizures? I have a special light when you walk in the room.
Yeah, man. I'll tell you this. It's working, though.
Yeah, we're still seizing.
It's working.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, it's Celebrity Stalker's rad. So you guys didn't play a song yet or no?
We were waiting for you.
We haven't played anything that we recorded with you yet.
Yeah,
okay.
We
Cool.
kind of wanted to start with some of their old stuff, and that way we can show, I guess, the progression of the band, and then and the sound as well.
Yes.
Are they going to play your mom first?
No, we're not going to play your mom
Is
first,
that a
man.
request?
Your mom is the cherry on the sundae, Matt. We're going to start
Oh,
with
okay. All right. So
we're going to
well,
start
that's-
with Thrill Seekers.
Oh, okay. Well, they're both rad, so that's cool. But yeah. So looking forward to more stuff with Celebrity Stalker too. So it'll be fun.
Yes, it will.
Yeah, we start working with Dave again in mid-September. We'll be back in the studio with him.
Yep. And actually, Charlie's band's coming in too to do similar tracks too
In
next
a couple
month.
of weeks. Yep.
Oh yeah,
What's that?
he's
In
in
a couple
another.
of weeks.
Yeah.
Charlie's in another band.
Pandemic Unleashed.
But we don't really want
Yeah.
to talk about that. No, I'm joking.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
No, I'm totally joking, man. I'm just being a smart ass.
Now, man, drummers are hard
Jason's
to
my
come
biggest
by.
fan.
I mean, come on, Dave. Drummers are
Yeah.
hard to come by. So
Yep.
Charlie's got 2 bands to work in right now.
We're a dime a single.
No, fuck, I wish. Guitar players are a dime a single.
That is true.
Man, and Larry's got a pretty awesome rig too. I got to say, it's like crazy fat. So
Again with Grinder.
we got some rad guitar tones out of it too.
ESP USA and Mesa Boogie, man. That's all you need.
Yep. All right, cool. Hey, well, so we're gonna get back to the recording here. Anyway, awesome to talk to you guys.
Who are you recording right now?
It's Bumboras. We're finally starting to record stuff. So just that this is. We did like one recording before just to kind of get the ball rolling. So now we're actually officially like doing songwriting. So we just did a couple of 3 songs this weekend, start to finish. So we've done like 1 million guitar tracks, and now we're just gonna do the organ tracks, and we're kind of done. So yesterday was I think we were 14 or 15 hours yesterday, and then today we're just kind of wrapping up the stuff we've done. Our lead guitar player Greg lives in San Diego, and our bass player is in Petaluma. So we got his stuff done last night. Drums are obviously done. He went home, and then we're gonna finish up. We just finished up Greg's stuff, so we have Jake, our organ player's stuff to do too. So, and Jake also plays in the Lords of Altamont and the Sonics too.
Oh, cool. I love the Lords of Altamont.
So, yeah. No, it's a bad band. So it's cool that it's really awesome that we can do this band again after all these years too. So, and this time we're just doing kind of like just few shows far and few between, and festivals and stuff, just so we just keep it mellow this time and not like we literally toured for like a year solid when we started like we started off before, and it was a bit much, like never taking breaks or anything. But that was in our 20s. So
Yeah.
You said you're still
now
in
we're
your
elderly
20s.
statesmen in our 40s.
I thought you were 26.
Hey, man.
Oh yeah. Sorry, 26. Yeah, exactly. I just made that up just now about the 40s thing.
All right. Well, Dave, why don't invitation to you, man. When you get the stuff recorded, why don't you come on the show and debut it? That'd be cool. And then B, if you could pull up some bomboras for us, we'll let the listening audience hear it. It seems like yesterday to me. I fucking hate how time flies that quick. 20 years just kind of went by in a blink. But it's really cool that you guys are going to be coming back, and I definitely want to come see you. So yeah, if you guys if you want to come on the show, and we'll play the old stuff, we'll play the new stuff, and then promote your studio.
Yeah, that'd be rad. Can I give a plug real quick?
You can do whatever you want, brother. It's your world. I'm just living in it.
So all you kiddies there in Radioland, DaveKleinRecording.com, and also I'm on Facebook and Instagram and all that stuff. So anyway, hit me up, and I'll see you Friday too.
Awesome. Right on.
All right, cool, man.
All right, Dave.
Thanks, Dave.
Yeah,
Yes.
thanks. All right, Celebrity Stalker, I'll see you guys soon too.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Thanks,
definitely.
Dave.
And
All right.
when we actually play one of these songs that he recorded, you're gonna actually be able to hear Dave really knows how to capture your sound.
His handiwork.
Oh, thanks.
He
buddy.
really
That's
does.
rad.
Dave knows how to see the band for what they are and really make it come through. We were very happy.
Oh man, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm having a blast with you guys too. So it's all good.
All right, Dave.
All goodness.
All right,
All
brother.
right, cool.
Good to see you. Good for you to call in, and we'll see. I'll see you. Well, I'll see you Friday night for sure. And anyway, so we're gonna play some brand new stuff. We've been playing some of the old stuff from Celebrity Stalker. They're here live in studio on the Black Lung Show on the world famous chaoticradio.com. The first track that we're gonna play, they've got two, so it's kind of like a sneak peek for you guys. From is it gonna be you said it's 8 songs? Is what you guys gonna be putting out?
Yes, 8 songs.
All right. And the first one is going to be called Thrill Seekers, right?
Yes.
All right. So, B, you got that pulled up for us?
All right, thanks, guys.
Dark room in the Hollywood Hills. Glamour slaves out seeking thrills. Black mirrors with no reflections. White lines drawn to perfection. Stainless steel slicing through flesh. Fading senses, you gasping for breath. Thrill seekers on a murder spree. K-I-L-L-I-N-G. First comes lust, then comes anger. Then drops the body of another dead stranger. First comes lust, then comes anger. Then drops the body of another dead stranger. First comes lust, then comes anger. Then drops the body of another dead stranger. I don't know why they must die. Bleeding out in the light of day as the stars come out to play. Stiff, rotting carcasses, lost souls in a black abyss. Stainless steel, you're slicing through flesh. Fading senses, you're gasping for breath. Thrill seekers on a murder spree. K-I-L-L-I-N-G. First comes lust, then comes anger. Then drops the body of another dead stranger. First comes lust, then comes anger. Then drops the body of another dead stranger. First comes lust, then comes anger. Then drops the body of another dead stranger. I don't know why blue from a lack of breath. Victim in this game of death. Satiated as I watch you bleed. Killing. Stainless steel, plastic flesh. Fading senses, you gasping for breath. Thrill seekers on a murder spree. Now it's time to die for me. First comes lust, then comes anger. Then drops the body of another dead stranger. First comes lust, then comes anger. Then drops the body of another dead stranger. First comes lust, then comes anger. Then drops the body of another dead stranger. I don't know why they must die.
All right. That was Thrill Seekers from Celebrity Stalker, recorded at Dave Klein's studios. You can obviously hear the sound quality difference in that. How long did it take you guys to track those two songs? I mean, and that's is it only been those two songs that you guys have recorded so far?
Yeah.
Yes.
Literally
Okay.
last weekend, so I don't know, 20 hours worth?
Wow.
And that was to do everything.
And so, how was it working with Dave? Was it like having like another member in the band, like a fresh set of ears? Like, did he help with produce it a little bit?
Yeah, actually quite a bit, which was maybe a breath of fresh air before we've just been able to kind of run rogue when doing things, and it was however we sounded or up to the mercy of the person's equipment or whatever their taste in music was. So I think he obviously does a lot of different types of music in terms of bands that he has at his studio, and I think he, from what I could tell, brings out the best in each, whether it's bluegrass or punk or whatever we are.
Yeah, I mean, my opinion on the experience was that he doesn't try to change you. He just takes you for what you are and tries to bring it out of you. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like he was like, hey, do this or do that. It was more about like, this is what you guys are about. How can we capture that?
So just like maybe a couple little tweaks here and there, like, hey, why don't you try this? You know what I mean?
And then the mix, a lot in the mix, and a lot of like just kind of bringing out the best tonality of it all. But I thought he kind of let us, do our thing, but found a way to kind of bring that out. That was my opinion on the experience.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like a tattoo artist. You could be heavy-handed or light-handed, and he was light-handed. He took his time, and he was. It definitely gave us like a little bit of freedom because he's a musician, he's a touring guy. He knows he's been through the ringer, So it's always good to work with somebody like that. We've worked with other people in the past who have a good musical and a good engineering background and whatnot, but somebody who's toured with Agent Orange and whatnot. It's a different. He's got a different flavor. So it was nice to work with somebody with that kind of experience.
I like that analogy too. A heavy-handed tattoo artist.
Yeah.
I got that 100%. You're the first one to say that in all the years that we've been doing the show. Good job.
Yeah, I think people can come in and try to overproduce or over-engineer a project and maybe not get in the way, but not let it breathe. And that's one thing actually Dave even talked about is letting stuff breathe and not trying to over-record stuff and over-push it and, having that humanity still in there. And, we played to a click, but, there's some humanity to it as well. Everything's not just cut and pasted and looped around. There is some cutting and pasting, don't get me wrong. But, it's not like we didn't go in and do Metallica and like, just play one measure of the riff there and we'll just copy and paste it throughout the whole song. That's not what we did. But it was a pleasure working with Dave, and he definitely helped capture something that we wanted to get out of this record. And, through Larry's ridiculous new guitar tones that he's got with these ESP customs that he's got.
No, ESP USA, man. They're not ESP custom.
ESP USA.
ESP USA, far better in my
guitars. He's got a ridiculous new tone that kind of has helped. He's bought the guitars a little while back, but it's helping set a new tone for what the record is too. So that's kind of interesting and fun to watch come to life.
Yeah, and then even building on what he's saying, so like with the guitar tones, one of the things going in that Dave was like, his like input was, don't layer too many of those guitars, because I was thinking I wanted to do like multiple layers. I wanted it to sound real big, and Dave's opinion was, if you wanted to sound big and you wanted to sound full, or like would, to Jason's point, more organic or, whatnot. He said less is more. So I listened to him. And we're literally like, there's one track of rhythm with each of my two guitars. One. No doubles up, no stacking. And it sounds probably bigger than things we've recorded in the past. So,
And that also enabled us to record this in 20 hours instead of 40. If Larry had his way, yeah. It would sound like an orchestra of
We'd
guitars.
still be at Dave's right now.
Yeah, we'd still be at Dave's right now. But one of the things is that it was something subtle like that was very specific to our band. And kind of like talking with him before we started recording, things we were looking for that he identified. And, if you're out there and you're looking to do a good demo or, a good album, self-produced, Dave's a guy you might want to go talk to because he definitely has a way of helping you make your band sound the way you want your band to sound.
How meticulous were you guys about writing and kind of perfecting the songs before you went into the studio? Or was it just still kind of fresh and brand new and you just kind of see where it wanted to go? Or did you try to nail it down as much as you could?
This Thrill Seekers is the first song we wrote for this new record. So it is probably the most well-rehearsed and most gone-through song out of all the 8 that we'll be doing. The other song that we recorded, which you will hear later in the show, is a song that we've been playing for many, 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 many years before Charlie was even in the band. It's a song that Larry and I wrote.
So what's the reason for you guys picking that song to re-record it? Is there something?
Well,
is there a good
it's a fun song.
It's a very fun
crowd
song.
pleaser.
Yes, thank you. It's a crowd pleaser, and you'll see why when we do play it. Hopefully it'll be a pleaser for you as well. But the reasoning behind it is, even though it is one of our, technically older songs, we never recorded it. We recorded it one time, and that was on the
EP.
The EP that we were pulling up off of Bandcamp, and we were not happy at all with the way it turned out. And plus, we kind of restructured the song. We took about a minute out of the beginning. The song originally, it took about a minute and a half before you ever heard lyric 1. And it's good for a live show, but not so good for a radio song. And not that this is a radio song at all. And you'll know why when you you'll know why when you hear it. But when you got a 3-minute song and literally it takes a minute and a half to get to the lyrics, you might want to figure out something in the beginning. So anyway, we just felt we restructured the song. Actually, and by going back and re-recording it, we found a whole new life for the song and a whole new vibe to it. And the way the new recording has come across kind of reinvented the song. Yeah. And once you actually get your hands and we listen to the song and kind of talk about it a little bit, it's kind of progressed throughout our careers as songwriters. It started as one thing and it kind of has morphed into another thing over the years. And it's something we wanted to at least get down in a solid recording. At some point.
Yeah, and that's the point about the recording. But when you ask why did we do that song? Mm-hmm. It's not a song for the record. We're not going to put it on the record. We don't want it on the record. But it's a single that we love, our friends love, and it's something that we're working on a video for. So it's more about
Fred Corona's already requested it. So
yeah, it's already been requested. But anyways, it's going to be the video that kicks off our YouTube page.
Okay.
And when you hear the song, you'll kind of get an idea on why. But it's literally, that's when we, again, talking about our social media presence and how you have to do these things, we're going to be kicking off a YouTube page, and it's going to have numerous videos. We're probably going to do a video for pretty much almost every song we record with Dave. So by the end of next year, we should probably have about 9 videos out there for you to see on this page. And this song, Your Mom, is going to be the debut video on that page.
Yeah.
Cool.
And that's why we recorded it.
So here's a question that I don't think I've ever even asked a band in the 4 years. Maybe it's because I'm sober now and I can actually remember shit now. But I'm sure there's a lot of young musicians listening to the show right now. Do you guys have any advice for them as far as what they should do to prepare before they go into the studio? Because I've actually seen some musicians go into the studio and just blow all their fucking money because they didn't really know what they wanted to do. You know what I mean? And you know, you're sitting there in the studio just like you can't. Well, and I'll ask you guys this. You know, it's not my opinion that you should go record and not have the song worked out as well as you want it before getting some ideas from you know,
Unless
the
you're a
engineer.
Tool, because I think that's how they write their albums.
Yeah, I mean, the bottom line is that if you have the money, then you can go in the studio and let the magic happen. You know, obviously you go in there with an idea, a lyric, or whatever you have, a riff, and let the magic work. But if you're a local band and you're trying to get a demo together to get yourself off the ground,
If you're the other 99%.
yeah, the other 99%, you need to be rehearsed. Now, the Thrill Seeker song we just played for you, it was rehearsed, but there was a key moment in that song that wasn't even developed till we got in the studio. So when you get there, if magic happens, you got to let it happen.
Right.
But don't show up and waste your money until you're well rehearsed and have a key idea on how the stuff's going to go. At the very least, make sure those drums and bass are the way they're going to be. Because the guitars and the vocals, fine. If they tweak out a little bit and you guys go in different directions, that's great. But, you know, if you're trying to record a demo, you need to get in there and be efficient, get it done under budget, and get out, you know. So definitely be rehearsed. Don't waste your time if you're not rehearsed.
And whatever you plan on spending, either budget-wise or time-wise,
Double it.
yeah, I would say
Double it.
I would say add 50 to 100% to that. That's no joke.
No matter how efficient you think you are when you get in the studio, you know, you come in the next day and you're like, wow, that's just not my bass sound, and we got to change it. And then you're re-recording the bass, which is exactly what we had to do for the beginning of the next song
That's
that we'll play. Is
$40
Your
we're
Mom.
never going to get back.
$40, whatever. But
Oh,
you know,
man,
it took
it made
an
a
hour
difference,
it took
though.
an hour to record. You
Made
know,
a difference.
two little or four little bass riffs.
But so when you talk about like advice for bands, I always go back to my favorite CD or album ever recorded, and I mean the urban legend on it is that it was done in 12 hours, and that's Suicidal's first record, the self-titled, and every note on that album for me is fucking magic, and they didn't go in there and freestyle that. That was rehearsed. You know,
Yeah.
some of that stuff happened, but the bottom line was to make that record in 12 hours. They knew what they were doing when they walked in, and when they hit record, they did what they fucking had to do. So if you're a young band and you want to go in and make music in the studio, not just on stage, be rehearsed. Because once that tape hits record, all that bullshit you thought sounded good is going to come through as the shit that it actually is.
It's a very positive message.
Yeah.
Rehearse,
Did you mean
practice.
the shit or like?
I
the
meant
shit?
I meant like negatively.
Okay,
Like-
cool.
Like
I
fucking
wasn't sure.
practice, man. Practice and be ready.
I was confused.
Practice and be ready. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Practice, practice, practice. That's the whole point.
All right. So speaking of practice, in my story, if you guys were listening to the beginning of the show, I know it's 2 hours, but we as musicians, this is what we like to talk about. Some of you guys have hobbies like golf and I don't know, normal people shit, but for musicians, this is what we like to talk about. When I was telling you that story of my friend Jack from how he first he's a fucking crazy motherfucker for driving from Arizona to come play a show in Ventura. I don't like anybody that much, I would have quit. But with him being able to listen to the songs and just show up it blew my mind. How often do you guys record? How often do you guys need to practice? I mean, do you enjoy it, or do you guys, is time restriction something to where like you'll get together once a month or once a week? How often is it for you guys?
I would say we usually about weekly. I mean, there's always schedules in the way. More recently, I don't know when we started this a year ago, instead of going to a proper practice studio and turning everything up to 110 decibels, we've actually gotten together at my house, a little electric kit, small amp, sit down, and you can literally sit down, just relax, work through new songs, actually write stuff, hear everything, pull stuff apart, redo it, whatever. And A, it's free, which is nice, but B, you're not on a time restriction because you only have the studio for so long, and you don't have a lot of other restrictions. So it allows you to be, I think, a little more creative.
Yeah, and one other thing, I've always loved hardcore. I've always loved, the Exploited, Suicidal, Slayer. I love it loud. And when we rehearse or when we play shows, we're loud. one thing about rehearsing at Chuck's house, it forced us to not be loud. And believe it or not, that's where you write the best song. Crank it up after you know what the hell you're doing. Again, going back to practice, practice, practice. And believe it or not, like if you ever see us live, we're definitely going to be one of the loudest bands you will see that night. And that's just a fact. And I dare anyone to come tell me different because it's fucking beyond loud when we play. And we're only a 3-piece. And turning it down actually made for better songwriting. I mean, it really did. It really did, man. Because, I mean, you want to be aggressive, but the articulation and the point doesn't come through until you really, like, break it back down and, like, get to that, you know? Because, you know, garage bands are garage bands, and if you want to sound a little bit better than that, you really need to, like, hone in on what it is. And turning it down actually did that. But when we play, no, we turn it right back up.
Okay, so my next question would be then about the writing process with you guys. Do you guys? This is the one thing I actually do like about technology. Do you guys like write something and send it to each other like through like GarageBand, the actual program, and be like, here, you check this out? Well, I mean, we do that now since my band, you know, we all live far apart. Maybe the guitar player will write a riff or something like that and send it to me, and then I can listen to it and come up to it. So we're actually a little bit more productive at band practice. How do you guys write? I mean, is there a particular somebody in the band that writes more than somebody else? And who writes? You guys all talk about the lyrics too, or just?
It's a little bit of a mix. But for this record, because we've been a little bit causative about what, not necessarily like you said a message or whatever, but we kind of had a driving idea behind the record. So as we did that, we developed a bunch of different. We all kind of put in input. This particular record kind of was a little different because we did kind of causatively have an angle. What our normal writing style is like Larry will write some crazy riffs and come in and maybe have a complete idea for a song or whatnot. Sometimes he'll bring lyrics, sometimes he doesn't. And then maybe he'll just start rattling the riff off. Him and Chuck will start rocking, and I'll just start freestyling lyrics over it. And that's the first song we played tonight, Sunburn, is exactly how that song came to be. Larry came in with a badass riff. We kind of improv'd it for a little while.
I had lyrics too on that one. That one was completely done. But normally this guy will show up with the lyrics. So it also goes the other way. I'll either
Sunburn?
come in with riffs. Oh, I thought you were talking about.
No, I said
Seekers.
Sunburn, the first song we played tonight. So Sunburn, that's what I was saying. Was like, but Larry would have a killer riff, and I would just freestyle vocals over it. Thrill Seekers, comparatively, is something, like I said, is what's going to be on the record. So the first song from the new stuff we played tonight. That song, Larry came in completely guns loaded. I got lyrics. I got a badass riff. Let's put it together, and it rocked. So it kind of goes in between, but mostly I would say Larry and I write the lyrics. Larry writes 90% of the music. I might have a few flavors here or there.
I get to write all the drum parts.
Good for you.
Chuck. Actually, as you know, drummers change songs. We get in and we have an idea of what we think the flow is, and we sit down with the drummer, and you're like, oh, wait a minute, what are you playing there? Oh my God, that's dope. Do a double kick there, and then roll into that straight time here, and blah blah blah. So Chuck, he's joking about how he writes all the drum parts, but it is an intricate part of every band. And yes, maybe the drummers aren't always writing the riffs, but they're making the riffs what they are. If we didn't have that catchy swing beat or whatever he might be throwing behind it, our riffs are nothing. We could get a drum machine to do it.
Up.
Yes, yes. Do you feel my hand under the table right now, Chuck?
Hey, you know what's funny is it sounds all positive right now, but it's pretty ugly in the studio when we're trying to get that beat and that riff to match, because it is either. Like, I may show up with this whole idea on a riff, like, hey, this is exactly what it is, and I've been playing it to this drum machine beat, and then I start playing with other human beings, and that thing completely changes, and Jason throws in some bass, Chuck starts playing drums, and, like, what I thought was a song isn't even the same riff anymore.
Sure.
And it's way better.
But also to piggyback on what you actually originally asked with the question, the GarageBand and actually emailing of files and whatnot, that is something we have embraced over the last year or so quite a bit more. And also doing stuff at Chuck's house. I can't tell you how many times we're in this basement playing on this little drum kit and little amps and whatnot. And we write like an amazing riff, and when we get all the way through it, we're like, what the fuck did we just play? And it's like nobody knows. So we're like, damn, we gotta fucking record this shit every time. Get GarageBand out, put it up, man. We fucked up. And then we spend like another hour trying to find that riff again and that lyrical phrasing or whatever, and it just doesn't come back around. And so we've shot ourselves in the foot enough times that way to go, no, we need to start recording whenever we're doing these little kind of impromptu little jam things, writing sessions, whatever they are. And then also Larry's been a champ about writing stuff on GarageBand and then sending it out to us. And this is what I came up with for this. And so when we do walk into the rehearsal studio, we're all kind of on the same page and at least know where we're exactly. At least know where we're going.
I think that's the key thing, right?
Exactly.
Head start. Because in the past, I mean, again, it's like social media, GarageBand. It's just technology, right? So in the past, Jason, he's given a lot of credit this way, but the bottom line is that a lot of our songs will start with more of a lyrical content, maybe, and I'll write riffs based on that, and songs will come together, or I'll write like what I think are all the riffs for a song, and then we'll go through them. But in the past, we would show up and be like, "This is what it is. All right, see you next week." Come back and then have to relearn it week after week until you develop the song. But with using the GarageBand and passing it around, we've been like a head start. People have been able to put more input into the music, and I think the songs for this record are showing that, utilize technology, man. Take advantage of it, right? And there's tons of people that do, but we're like old school. We're like, nah, man, we just want to get together and jam. But using that technology has really helped in the songwriting, and it's really helped in developing how these songs have gone.
So I think the theme of today is embracing technology and social media and all the evils that come along with it. So if there's a theme out there, ladies and gentlemen, that's what you can take away from today's show.
But for young bands, they're already doing it. They know, people record shit on their phone or they record it on GarageBand and they're sharing that stuff back and forth, and it adds up. It helps. It really helps with the the development of the band. And when you got 3 people that are involved in how the direction of a song goes, it helps elevate the song.
Okay. Well, if you can believe it or not, it's already been like an hour and a half. It goes by really quick when you talk about music. So, real quick, because we are going to we have to end a little bit early because there's another show coming on right after us. So what we're going to do right now is I'm going to ask you a question, and I'm going to give you a second to think about it. Like I said, the Black Lung Show is all about showing love to other bands and promoting everybody and going, again, not trying to do the old man thing and be like, I remember back in the scene where all the bands are tight. That's what I wanted to come back to. Fuck social media. I want the bands to all share and, tell people, hey, check out my friend's band and all this stuff too. So I want you to think about some bands you guys want to plug right now. And I'll give you a second because when I do this live on the air, sometimes they're like, it makes everyone just kind of go, oh, shit, So right now we're going to show some love to Dave Klein, and we're going to play. So, again, for me, I know who the Bound Boys are, but if you don't, we're going to play some for you right now, and then we'll come back, and then we're going to finally play Your Mom, and then we're going to cut out of here, and make sure you guys come check out Celebrity Stock when they play live, and we'll, plug your upcoming shows when we come back. So here's the Bombores. You're listening to the Black Lung Show. My guests today are Celebrity Stalker. You're listening to chaoticradio.com. All right, we're back live on the Black Lung Show. You're listening to chaoticradio.com. My guests in studio are Celebrity Stalker. That was the Bomborias, and the reason why we played them is Dave Clive's in the band. You got a phone call, brother, so just let you know. See, I'm friendly like that. So anyway.
Should I answer?
No, that's okay.
It's your mom.
Again, so the point of this show, the reason why I started it 4 years ago, was to help, promote. So you guys don't have to do all the social media shit yourself. We got social media here, and I got B helping me out, and everybody at Chaotic Radio. So hopefully we get some more people listening to you guys' stuff. But for right now, since the segment's called "Show Some Love," first we got to show mad love to everybody over at Die Laughing Records. All the bands that they have on there are killer. Union 13, Fang. I had Dinosaur. What? Jesus and the Dinosaurs. I always get that wrong. Jesus and the Dinosaur or Dinosaurs. Either one. The Hellflowers, Frequency Within. A lot of good bands on that label. They've been helping out a lot, which I really, really appreciate. Working full time, being a dad, and playing in a band, and then having my own radio show. My time's kind of limited. So any help that I can get, and if you guys have some homies that you want to, get out there and think I should check out and bring them here on the show, let me know, man. My door's open to everybody, as long as they don't suck. Yeah, and then if, thrash is cool. If they're metal, we got a metal show. They can go do that. Punk and rock and roll. This is the church of rock and roll right here, the Black Lung Show. So I'll give the floor to you, starting on my left. Who do you want to plug? Who should people check out?
Well, you're probably starting with the wrong person. There's a lot of stuff out there. I'm going to defer to Larry first off, because we're going to say a lot of the same stuff.
All right,
so I'm
man.
going to go
Here,
with
I'm going to give
Larry.
you the list. So first off, again, thank you to the Go 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 Girl for hooking this up and getting us together with Ryan for the Black Lung Show. Die Laughing Records, Dave Dalton, Lord Prosser, Tisler. You guys are all rock. Thanks for playing our stuff on your podcast. Fat Man Productions, Mac over at the Doll Hut, Cat Monroe, some bands that we like, The Whining Pussies, Massive Brain Damage, No Manic, Anathemia, Deviated State, Weaponized. I mean, these are all bands that we love, and we love playing shows with them. And I mean, to say, like, to do a roll call, shoot, I'm forgetting bands that are probably like, why didn't he say our name? I mean, there's too many good bands out there right now. And if you actually get out there and go to some local shows and pay attention to the scene, there's great music out there to be had. Don't wait for it to blow up. Get out there and help it blow up. And that's all I got to say.
So one band that we played with at this acclaimed show at the House of Blues was Malatesta. A bunch of fun guys, and they put on a good show, and they were, I think, right before us.
Oh, and some kids out of Venice. Can't forget them, Captor of Sin. And I'm telling you, these kids fucking rock.
All right.
Jason, you're up.
What'd you just say?
Let's see. Ed Cronus saying, support all bands, buy their music, buy their merchandise, go to their shows, go to their friends' bands, and support them like we used to back in the old school. Music makes the world go round, baby. Yeah.
There you go.
Well said.
Preach it, Ed.
Looks
Preach
like
it,
Ed started drinking early today.
Yeah, well, he's got the wisdom, man, so keep it up.
Yes, for real. I'm sorry, you asked a question.
Oh, I was just waiting for you
Any
to.
call outs for you?
No, I mean he called out like the bands that I was thinking about, that because there's a roster of these really cool young thrash bands that we've been playing with lately, and that's the MBDs, and I also want to give props to like some of the old school bands that are still out there putting it out. You know what I'm saying? I just got
SMD.
All right, you want to go old school? All right, there's Sexual Mayhem and all these other bands that we played with back in the day. Sexual Mayhem, SMD,
The Spooky.
and these are bands that we grew up playing with, and some of our friends are from these bands listening right now, and it's always been a pleasure to do shows with, like you said, the community, and especially people that you're tight with. And it used to be that bands just stayed tight, and you'd see us playing 3 times in a month at what was it, 13th floor down in Sunset, then the Marquee, or whatever the hell that place turned into, the Tiki Bar, blah blah blah, and all these bands stayed together really tight, and that was that's the beauty of being in this kind of a community and growing up with it. And, I just personally want to thank all those guys that, we grew up with playing. You guys all rock, and we love you all.
Actually, I want to segue, off of that point and kind of pulling back in, Ryan, your comment on advice you could give to young bands. And I know that was more towards going into the studio, but being in a band, period, if you're a younger person, one thing I think has kind of fallen off, especially in this antisocial age of social media, nobody hangs out at the shows.
Yeah.
So, you're band number 2 for the night. You come in, you set your shit up, you play, you break down in the parking lot, you hang out with your friends, and then you leave. You're not there to social. You're not there engaging with all of the other bands and
Positive engagement.
People that work at the club, the bartender, whatever the case might be. People that could be part of your next show, or help you in your next band or your next recording session or whatever. There's a lot of networking that could and should go on, and I think a lot of these kids miss out on that.
That's a great point. I can tell you, right, one of the last shows that I was playing, and I'm standing right in the front and I'm watching the band before us, and they take off, and I'm just like, okay, like I've been doing this a long time. I'm a little bit older, and I don't hold grudges, but I remember. You know what I mean? So the next time I have a show that I need a band, you're not going to be the ones I call. So you know what I mean?
No,
In fact, speaking of which, that reminds me, this Saturday night coming up, I'm going to be promoting the show that we're playing at the Redwood on Friday. But a friend of mine needs a band to play in Highland, California, at a place called Candy's Bar. There's some hot chicks that work there. But if you're in a band and you want to play, I think there's my friend's band, Patient Zero, kind of like a psychobilly horror punk band, and a band called Hoist the Colors. I don't know if you guys ever heard of them. They even played some shows. But if you guys want the gig, or anybody listening, just go ahead and message me if you guys want to play a show Saturday night. They're looking for a band. Anyway, real quick, what shows do you guys got coming up that you guys want to plug? Do you guys have anything booked where people can come check you out live?
Actually, I don't think we're booked right now. I think our last show was last night that we have on the books. We've got a few things in the, a few irons in the fire, but because with the record and whatnot, we're kind of really trying to hone our time into getting the last few songs completely written and then tuning up the next few that we're going to go in and do with Dave in the beginning of September. Yeah. So that's kind of at the forefront of what we're doing. We got offered a few shows, and we were just kind of not too hip on taking them, whether it was location or whatever. But anyway, we're looking for shows. So anybody wants to book us, hey, shoot us a thing. I mean, we're always looking. So we're going to be a little tied up over the next month or so doing the record, but definitely are looking to get some other shows going. So hit us up.
And off of that, I got one more shout out that I forgot, and that's Mike Brennan with Twisted Soul, and one of the house bands out of Carmen Bar. Probably the best punk cover band you'll ever hear is JFL.
I've seen them on a lot of those flyers.
Those guys are fun.
JFL rocks, man. Lowry and his crew, they put it down.
Cool. All right. So speaking of the new record, let's finally get to Your Mom, and it's actually a song. We're not talking about your mom.
Actually, we are.
Yeah. I know. I'm trying to be PC. It's isn't working out very well.
Nothing's gonna be PC after we play this thing. So here we go.
Nasty.
You have been warned. This is Your Mom by Celebrity Stalker. You're listening to the Black Lung Show live on chaoticradio.com.
Because I don't want to waste it. I call your house because I know she's alone, sitting on the couch just waiting to bone. Your mom, your mother, your mom, your Your mother! She picks up the phone and answers with a grin. Come on over and I'll let you in. I get to your house, she opens the door. I bang her on your couch and she begs for more. Your mom! Your mother. Your mom! Your mother! When I'm ready to explode, I pull it out and I shoot my load. I rub it on her face cause you know I'm a stud. Nobody fucks me like your mother does. Your mom! Your mother? Your mom! Your mother! Cause nobody does me like your mom.
That was lovely. You guys are listening to the Black Lung Show, the politically correct version of the show with Celebrity Stalker. That was your mom. How old were you guys when you wrote that shit?
Oh, shit.
Man, like 18, 19.
You can tell. You can tell.
1920. Yeah. The lyrical, that's genius lyrical content right there, right? That's, writing from a 12-year-old's perspective for certain, It's basically where it's from. And I mean, literally, that's kind of where it's at. And just to give a quick little synopsis on that, it was written at that time, so the song was more about, like, fucking one of your friend's moms. It was kind of a MILF, But as we've grown older and we play the song now, it literally, like, you can see the progression. And as we got older, the song changed its meaning. And now we play to all these 20-year-old kids, and I'm looking, I'm like, yeah, I'm banging your mom later, It's like literally, and the kids kind of look at us differently. Literally, it's so funny because
They're like, what the hell, man? Why are you so
I almost
aggressive?
would have thought we would have got better reactions out of the song back in the day, but no, because fucking your friend's mom wasn't like. I mean, yeah, sure, it's taboo, whatever you want to say. But now the kids are looking at us like, did he just say fucking my mom? I mean, it's like a whole different look on people's faces. I mean, the song's, there for
I
some
think
shock
it's still
value.
taboo.
No, not so much, man. As long as she's divorced or whatever, it's cool, dude. She can be a single mom. It's all groovy. But it's a different paradigm playing that song now. People look at it differently. It's still embraced, and it's a fun song, and that's why we recorded it. You asked why earlier. That's why. It's a fun song. No matter what people listen to it, I saw you smirk and laugh when the first chorus came in. It's what everybody does. And
Yeah.
it's yes, there's a serious way you could take that song, and if you look at.
I don't know how you can
Whoa,
take
whoa,
that shit
hold on.
seriously at all.
All right, I'm trying to talk us into it right now. All right. I'll skip that. I'll skip that.
No, it's cool because the reason why I'm smiling because it brings back memories too of like when you're in your teenage years and you're playing with your friends in a backyard party, right? And everyone's drunk, like fucking play your mom, and that's their favorite shit. I got you. That's like your bro him, man. I got you.
A little bit too.
There's
It's
kind
kinda-
Until
it's-
you see the video.
There's a legit story behind that song, though.
We
You
don't
want to
have
share that?
kind
You
of
want to
time.
share that on the radio?
Yeah, so yeah, we'll share it on the radio right now. But our old singer Eric,
You fucked his mom?
no,
Oh.
from the story I remember him telling us when we actually birthed this song was he came in and he said, hey, because we were writing raunchy songs back then. I mean, we had a lot of other raunchy songs. Your mom's just the one that survived this long. And he kind of told us about a couple friends he had in high school, and they were the three amigos, and one amigo disappeared and started ditching school, and one day the other two amigos ditched school and went to this guy's house and found him fucking the other guy's mom.
Wow.
So Eric was like, yeah, that shit really happened. Now, did that happen? I have no idea. But he told us that story, and Jason,
He told us that story. Now
And
Larry
Jason
told it to
wrote
you,
a
but he has
song.
no idea if it was true.
yeah,
no?
but Jason wrote a song off that story. So
Allegedly.
whether that story happened or not, we don't know. But we got a song out of it, and here we are.
All right.
Yeah, it's a fun song, and I hope everybody enjoyed it because it's that's
Well,
what
I
it's
hope
there for.
I hope everyone could do. Like you said, I was laughing through it because again, I get it for what it's worth. You know what I mean? I'm just wondering because now with everybody in their fucking safe space and getting offended. You know what I mean? What was it? The Dickies, got kicked off the Warp Tour. From offending some young fans. Look. If you're gonna get offended by fucking anything, don't listen to this kind of music. It's just you know what I mean. It's
Entirely.
Hey man, I think Robin Williams said it best. Fuck you if you can't take a joke, and joke you if you can't take a fuck.
yeah, that's nice. That was a good segue. Hey, real quick, because I just remembered something. I don't know the guy at all, but it's always sad when we lose somebody in the music community. At the Doll Hut last night, the drummer from a band called the Night Enders passed away.
Yeah.
I don't know his. Do you know his name?
McCabe.
Was it Dave?
Yeah.
Dave McCabe.
Yep.
Did you know him?
No, I didn't know him, but I know of it. I heard about it.
Yeah, I saw that. Well, on social media. See how it all
socials.
fucking comes back around.
Right.
Good God. No, that's tragic news, and sucks. So, our condolences from the Black Lung Show and Chaotic Radio, and
Definitely.
these guys as well
Certainly.
too. What a
Definitely, man.
what a drag, man. And to die at a close to the venue. I don't know if they were playing or not.
I know Max said it was like a block away or something.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, you guys almost lost a drummer last night too.
Yeah,
so-
I don't know. Freddie, are you still around? I
Freddie.
gotta stop doing that. That's really fucked up. No, I love that guy.
Right. We love
no,
you, Freddie.
Hopefully Freddie's
Freddie,
okay.
man, there's love out there for you, Fred.
We do. We do. And that was a scary night. Scary moment last
Certainly
night.
did.
Anyway, so much love to Freddie, the band Night Enders, Dave's family, and even Mac. Fuck, I don't know what I would do if I saw somebody out of my club that I knew and just,
Yeah, it's rough, man.
what
Seriously.
a drag. All right, so we're just about out of time on the show. We've
We
only
had to
got a
end
few
on a
minutes.
down note.
Yeah.
All right. That's
Your mom.
Bye, my love.
Flashback Jealous Bells. All right. Anybody else got any
that's
more
hilarious.
comments? Let's see. No, great guitar from Garden Rain, and then Greg from the band Sticky Tall likes you guys a lot. Says you guys sound like Suicidal meets Anthrax meets At the Drive-In / Mars Volta.
That's
Hey, man.
Mars
right up
Volta
the
even.
right up the
Not hating
alley.
on that, man. You nailed it on the suicidal, though. Definitely.
Yeah, appreciate that. Thanks a lot, guys. Anybody who did a shout out, all our homies, literally, we thank you for your time today. And check us out on Instagram, Celebrity
Yeah.
Stalker, the band, and Facebook. And I don't think we're tweeting, are we?
No, but Bandcamp.
You're the only twat in this band.
We have a Twitter account, but no one mans it, so F that shit.
All right.
But Bandcamp, Celebrity Stalker, the band, and Reverb Nation.
Cool. So I haven't played any vinyl, and so I think I'm going to take us out with Channel 3.
Awesome.
This is the brand new album called The Bellwether. This is available online. It's through Hostage Records. Here for everybody to check it out. So we are going to be sharing the stage with them at the Redwood. I don't know if stage is the right word. If you've never been to the Redwood, by the way, in LA, it's one of the coolest venues that I've had a chance to play. It looks like a pirate bar. You guys play there yet?
I don't know the Redwood. No.
Oh, it's
Where's
really
that?
it's in LA, in Hollywood, I think.
Okay.
But
don't know
it's a
You
great.
had me at Pirate Bar, man.
Yeah, I know it really is. It's just when you walk in, you're like, this is a cool fucking bar. So it's going to be us, the Hellflowers for their CD release party, Glitter Trash, and Channel 3. I think Channel 3, for me, they're actually one of my, most favorite punk bands, and I think they're one of the most underrated. You always hear Black Flag and all these other bands, but Channel 3, they've got some, they're really cool guys. So anyway, thanks for tuning in. Make sure you guys check out Celebrity Stalker. Show them some love. Show Died Laughing Records some love. Go to social media and give us a like on the Black Lung Show. It's just Facebook / the Black Lung Show, and then you can go on the Black Lung Show and you'll be able to see this video in its entirety and listen to your mom if you don't download it yourself, and play it for your mom. if you guys want to.
Happy Mother's Day.
There you go.
And show the Black Lung Show some love.
There you go. Thanks, man. All right, we'll see you guys next Sunday on the Black Lung Show. Thanks, B. Here's Channel 3 from the new album, The Bellwether.
Show me what you got! Everything you